I'm sorry. Yes, I was saying, so first of all, we're going to start by showing you your grades, and we can review if you want some parts of the exam that you were having some questions about. Well, these are your grades for the third module, A9. And well, everything seems fine, but there was one assignment for the second unit that was not complete. I think that, let me show you. Okay. So it was module C, the second unit. It only figures as you completed 9 out of 10, and I think this is what's lowering your score from this assignment. If you want, I can reassign it to you, the one that you're missing, so that we can modify that grade because it is lowering your score a little bit. It was for the C2. Let's see. Okay, this one's here. So as you can see, there were, I think, I don't know how many, but as you can see here, there are some that have not been submitted. You have only submitted a couple of them. So these are missing, and that is lowering a little bit your score. I can reassign it to you if you want, and for tomorrow, so that we can fix that.
Okay? Yes, please, I forgot it. But I didn't pay, so I think that I don't have the book yet. Since tomorrow morning, I guess.
Okay. Yes, I think we have to, because we have to start with a new book, right? We have finished the one that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But this is for the previous book, so do you still have access to this book?
I will check. Yes, I have access.
Okay, so I'll reassign it. You can still do it because it's the previous book. And well, that's the only grade that it's a little bit low. The other ones I think are fine. I don't know if we can review if you have questions about any of them. And for your final test, well, according to the system, you got an 80. But I was checking that part of the listening and speaking that you were asking me about. And actually, yes, I think there was a problem with that listening exercise because it graded you as incorrect, even though it was correct. So I modified that, and your average went up to 85, I think, right? 85. And that was your quiz.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions about this? Is there anything you'd like to review, perhaps?
No, not did you.
Okay, nice. And do you want to review something about the quiz, the yesterday's quiz?
Yes, maybe speaking this part because I don't know if I was wrong or no.
Okay, yes, of course, we can review a little bit of the speaking. Okay. This was the first speaking. Says read each dialogue, read the question, choose the correct answer. Do you want to go to the movies with me tonight? Sorry, I can't. Yes, in this case, I noticed that I think you chose the third one, right? I've got to have.
Yeah.
But remember that we've seen this, have got to is okay. It's a synonym of I have to, it's a modal. But remember that you need to follow it with the infinitive, right? It's the same as I have to. I have got to finish this project,
Mm.
this paper, or I have to finish this paper. Right? So it could have been I have got to, but the second half is well, it's not necessary, right? It's just I have got to finish this paper, which is why.
Okay.
So which do you think it is then?
Yeah, I really need to.
Exactly. I really need to finish this paper. Now, are you free now? Yes. Do you need something? What's a similar way for Tony to answer this question? In this case, it was correct. Yes. Is there anything you need me to do? Which was the more polite way of answering. And it's a similar way of saying, do you need something? Is there anything you need? Basically the same. So that was
I
good.
think that system was like wrong, this answer. Yeah,
Oh, this was wrong.
yeah, I think because this was my answer and it's like wrong.
Imperative was wrong. Okay, let's see. Mhm. Okay. Okay, so yes, these are your answers. Okay, so yes, you're right. Is there anything you need me to do? Okay, so in this case, then what would it be the correct? Yes, what do you need? Okay, let's see. Here. Okay. So according to the book, it says that yes, the first one is the correct one. Yes, what do you need? Okay, so to be honest, I think both are the same, right? As you were saying yesterday. This third is the most polite one. So I would guess that that's the one that you needed to choose.
Mhm.
But yeah, in this case, I don't know why they say the first. What do you need? Do you need something? Okay. Well, I think both are okay. So I'm going to review and I'll change this. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll change that answer because you're right. I think both answers could be
Okay.
correct. Correct. Okay, so yes, I'll review that. Okay, let's go to the next. It says, I'm going to the city. Yes, can you get some milk? Is there anything you need? Yes, can you get some milk? Yes, exactly. Okay, so this one is wrong. It says, Amy and John work together. They're talking in the office on Monday morning. Complete the time. Click on the box to choose the correct answer. Let's see here. Okay. How was your weekend? Terrible. I had a party at my place last Saturday night. Never again. You chose. Do you mean that it's finished? Okay, that's right. Someone spilled soda on my coat and some of my favorite CDs are missing. So yes, in this case, they're not talking about something being finished, right? Because what would be finished? In this case, do you mean that it's finished? Is referring to something being finished, but what is that something in this case?
Yeah.
All right, so yes, they're talking about how the party went. It's basically, how was your weekend? How was the party? I had a party, but it didn't went well, right? It went badly. The other one, could you go over that again? Probably not. Are you saying it didn't go well? That's right, it didn't go well. Why? Because someone spilled soda on my couch, some of my favorite CDs are missing, so it didn't go well. Are you saying that someone took your CDs? Yes, that's what I mean. Okay, so yeah, that was correct. So in that case, that was wrong. Do you see why?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, and the fourth is correct. Sorry, but I can't find any official evidence that cake shows exists. In other words, there's no company called Cake Shows. But it's a similar way that Talia could respond. Do you mean that there's no company called Shoes? Yes, because to clarify, do you mean, right? Don't you think it's about opinions? What I'm getting at is there's no company. But in this case, Talia wanted to clarify, right? The only way to clarify is this.
Yeah.
So yes, don't worry about it. I'll check again then, and I'll review your grade for speaking one.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to review?
No, just
Okay, then. So I will reassign you, and it was into right. So yeah, I'll do that. Any questions then before we continue?
no, not it. Everything's good.
Okay. Now, what was I? Okay. So yes, we have finished this package. We have finished the second package of the book. And technically now we have to start with a new book, with a new package of the book. So I'm going to create the course, and don't worry about it. For now, we're going to start. We're going to see it here. You didn't pay just for the book, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, don't worry. So we're going to be seeing it from my screen. We have finished the third, and we're finally in the last book. And when you're able to, I will be sending you the details to your WhatsApp, so that when you're able to, you can join the course.
Okay.
So let's see. Okay. This final book, we're going to be reviewing a little bit of more advanced lessons, but always the first lessons are always some sort of review of everything we did. So let's see what we have for the first unit. Let's start by continuing on the story of Nick and Talia. Let's watch this video.
It's incredible, Mom. I'm working on a story about one of the national soccer players, Nick Crawford. Yes, I know. That's what the news says. No, that's the thing. I believe that he's innocent. Yes, one of his teammates framed him. Look, Mom, I have to go. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Bye. Yes, I love you too. Bye.
Hi. I rushed over here as soon as I saw your text. What's up?
I've been thinking about this all day. Oh, sit down. Sit down. Can I get you something?
Yeah, maybe a cup of tea?
Now, tell me again, when and how did you meet this Jackie Baker?
Like I said, she approached me at the juice bar at my gym. She introduced herself as an executive at a shoe company, a startup, a brand new company. She seemed legit. We set up a meeting for the following day.
Right. You set up the meeting at her office building, but you never actually went up to her office.
Correct. As soon as I walk into the building, she comes up to me. Nick, so good to see you. Thank you for coming, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Then we talk in the lobby for a minute, and then we walk to a restaurant around the corner for lunch.
Right. So you're at lunch, and then?
And then she tells me how much my fans love me.
Flattery. Works every time.
Well, it may be true. Anyway, as I was saying, she asks me to endorse a new pair of shoes.
Right. Right. You told me they're called Kicks?
Right. And then she explains I just need to wear the shoes in public from time to time, and the company will use my name and image in their ads. Be easy money.
Okay. Can you think of anything else?
Well, we did talk about an idea for a Kicks commercial for their social media pages.
A commercial? What commercial?
I told you about that, didn't I? They wanted me to be in a commercial.
Okay, so what is happening in the video?
Talia was talking with her mom when Tony arrives to her house, and then Talia seems like warm and happy, and Tony seems like disappointed, maybe a bad moment, and then Talia asks her again when he meets to Jack Baker, and Tony repeats the story again, and then conclude that he knows the building, but he never went to the real office, so Jackie Baker, and then they say like he will make a commercial like endorsement, and the supposed company use her name, and then the commercial will be on social media, and yeah, this.
Exactly. Okay, so yes, Nick is telling the story to Talia again, I think. And there's something new at the end that I said. What was the new information that Talia received from that time that they met?
The commercial. She says, what type of commercial?
Exactly. There's apparently a commercial that he had to do. Very good. So let's look at the questions. It says at the beginning of the scene, Talia is talking to her mother. What does she tell her?
He is working on a story about a soccer star.
Exactly. He's working on a story about a soccer star. Now, what does Nick tell Talia about his meeting with Jackie?
They meet in the lobby, went to lunch, discusses a business deal.
Exactly. They met in the lobby, went out to lunch, and discussed a business deal. Meet is the simple present, met is the past. Okay. Jackie asked Nick to endorse Kick shoes. What did he have to do?
Wear the shoes in public from time to time, and let the company use his name, I imagine, for advertising.
Wear the shoes in public. Let the company use his name again. Now, Talia says that Nick has never mentioned something before. What didn't Talia know?
The company wants Nick to be in a commercial.
Exactly. The company wants Nick to be in a commercial. Okay. Right. Great. So there was a part. Let's see. Titles.
It's incredible, Mom. I'm working on a story about one of the national soccer players, Nick Crawford. Yes, I know. That's what the news says. No, that's the thing. I believe that he's innocent. Yes, one of his teammates framed him. Look, Mom, I have to go. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Bye. Yes, I love you too. Bye.
Hi. I rushed over here as soon as I saw your text. What's up?
I've been thinking about this all day. Oh, sit down. Sit down. Can I get you something?
Yeah, maybe a cup of tea?
Now, tell me again, when and how did you meet this Jackie Baker?
Like I said, she approached me at the juice bar at my gym. She introduced herself as an executive at a shoe company, a startup, a brand new company. She seemed legit. We set up a meeting for the following day.
Right. You set up the meeting at her office building, but you never actually went up to her office.
Correct. As soon as I walk into the building, she comes up to me. Nick, so good to see you. Thank you for coming, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Then we talk in the lobby for a minute, and then we walk to a restaurant around the corner for lunch.
Right. So you're at lunch, and then?
And then she tells me how much my fans love me.
Flattery. Works every time.
Well, it may be true. Anyway, as I was saying, she asked me to endorse a new pair of shoes.
Right, right. You told me they're called Kicks?
Right. And then she explains I just need to wear the shoes in public from time to time, and the company will use my name and image in their ads. Easy money.
Okay. Can you think of anything else?
Well, we did talk about an idea for a Kicks commercial for their social media pages.
A commercial? What commercial?
I told you about that, didn't I? They wanted me to be in a commercial.
Okay, actually, there's no examples of what I was looking for. But what we have for the grammar here is negative questions and also tag questions. We just heard a tag question. Can you tell me in which part they used a tag question? Do you remember what it was?
Yes, like, are you saying that my mom was here? Aren't you?
Okay, but you're not using a tag question. You're using two questions. Are you saying is already a question. Aren't you is a no. Tag questions are a sentence and a question, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember. And the first sentence is like a common question, and the second sentence with like a question is the normal. It's not the structure like a question.
Yes, exactly. Like you're saying that you went there, aren't you? Right, that's a tag. First, we have a sentence, you are saying, and then we have the tag, aren't you? In the opposite form. Now, in this case, Tony says, I told you about that, didn't I? That was the tag that he used. And we saw tag questions, but now we're going to also see negative yes/no questions as well. We didn't have any negative questions. Maybe in the next video, because usually they use a lot of that language. But let's see. Okay.
Hi. Isn't learning grammar fun? You enjoy grammar, don't you? These are examples of a negative yes/no question and a tag question. Wouldn't you like to learn more about them? Great. Let's begin.
Okay, so we just heard a few examples of negative yes, no questions and tag questions. For example, she said, wouldn't you like to learn more about them? Wouldn't you like? So as you can see, it's basically a normal question, but in this case, it's starting with a negative, right? Wouldn't, isn't. So that's what we're going to see. Tag questions, we can review them a little. So what are negative questions? Negative questions are normal questions, but in the negative form. So far, usually when you're learning English at a basic intermediate level, you learn three grammar structures. You learn affirmative sentences. You learn negative sentences, which is the negative form of anything, negative sentences. And you learn questions, right? Usually, or the interrogative form. So for example, I work every day. I don't work every day. Do I work every day? That's what we usually learn at basic and intermediate levels. But when you're speaking more advanced English, you realize that sometimes we also use negative questions. So we don't use questions in the same, we don't always use questions in the same way that we've learned initially, which is the affirmative questions. But sometimes we have negative questions as well. So instead of saying, do I work every day? I can also ask the opposite. Don't I work every day? And that's what we're going to learn, negative questions. Now it says we use negative yes-no questions to check information. We expect the answer to be yes. So we don't use it in the same way as we use normal questions. Let's say a normal question can be, do you prefer coffee or tea? So that's a normal question. Do you prefer coffee or tea? So what I'm expecting is an answer from you with the two options, right? You can say whatever you want. You can say, I prefer coffee, I prefer tea. And I really want to know the information because I don't know at all what you prefer. Another question that I can ask you maybe, what hobbies do you have? So I'm asking you a question. It's a normal question because I really don't know what your hobbies are and I want to get that information. But we use negative questions on the other hand when we already have an idea of the answer and we already have expectations from the listener. So if I ask you, what hobbies do you have? I'm not really expecting a specific response from you. I just want to know what hobbies you have. But if I ask you a negative question, let's say that I ask you, don't you like soccer? So in that case, it's a little bit more intrusive, right? It's like, I already expect an answer from you. I already think that you like soccer and I just want to confirm. Don't you like soccer? So I thought that you liked soccer and I want to confirm that information. So I have an expectation from your answer. Normally, we expect the answer to be yes. And sometimes we use it to show surprise as well. When we are surprised about the information that we just received and we want to check if that is correct. For example, let's say that, we are having English classes, you're going to take the TOEFL test. So I know that you're going to take the TOEFL test. But let's say that for some reason you tell me, I am thinking about taking the Cambridge exam. So I'm going to be a little bit surprised. And since I already thought that you were going to take the TOEFL test, I'm going to ask you to confirm. Aren't you going to take the TOEFL test? So that is a negative question. And I'm asking that negative question to show surprise, to confirm information that I already kind of had, and to confirm, and when I have expectations from you. So usually that is the difference between regular questions and negative questions, right? If I ask you, are you going to take the TOEFL test? Then I really have no idea if you are or not. But if I say, aren't you going to take the TOEFL test? Then I already thought that you are going to take the TOEFL test. So that is kind of the context for negative questions. Is it okay? Do you get the idea?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so for example, when Jackie saw Nick for the first time, Jackie was like, aren't you Nick Crawford, the soccer star? So why is Jackie using a negative question in this case? Can you tell me what the context is? Why is Jackie using a negative question instead of just saying, are you Nick Crawford? Why is she saying, aren't you? What do you think?
Because she is not completely sure that he is Nick Crawford, but she has the idea because she, I don't know, she listening something about Nick Crawford.
Yes, exactly. So she probably knows that he's Nick Crawford, or at least she's like maybe 90% sure, and she just wants to confirm. Aren't you Nick Crawford, the soccer star? So she has an idea of who Nick Crawford is, right? And she just wants to confirm, and she expects the answer to be yes. Now, how do we form negative yes/no questions? Basically, we form the negative form of the verb that we're using. If we're using the verb to be, we use its negative, which is not, right? Let's say, are you, are not you, right? Or aren't you? If we're using an auxiliary verb do, we form its negative, don't. If we're using the auxiliary does, we use its negative, doesn't. If we're using the auxiliary have, we use its negative, haven't. If we're using can, we use its negative, can't. So for example, aren't you studying for the TOEFL? Didn't you do your homework? Haven't you seen this movie before? Can't you fly? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, shouldn't you be saving money? So basically, it's as simple as it sounds. We just use the negative of the verb that we're using, which is always going to be not, right? But we can use a contraction, which is way more common. Usually we use contractions. We almost always use the contraction. So we don't say, should not you be saving money? This is very weird. It sounds strange. It sounds odd. We normally use the contraction. Shouldn't you be saving money? So in what context can I ask you this question? Let's say that I know that you need to buy or you need to pay for something. Let's say that you told me that you're struggling with money, that you need to you need to buy a house. And then surprisingly, I see you the other day buying something very expensive. Let's say I see you buying an expensive watch. So I'm going to be like, hey, but shouldn't you be saving money? So I'm showing surprise and I want to confirm information. Shouldn't, aren't, don't, didn't, haven't, hasn't, won't, can't. Every single verb or every single form that we're using, we just need to change it to the negative. And try to use the contraction because otherwise it sounds a little bit weird. Is that okay so far?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And well, these are tag questions, but before we go to tag questions, let's continue seeing, because we have seen tag questions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have seen tag questions. We're going to review them, but let's see what else we have about negative questions. Okay, we answer negative yes/no questions and tag questions the same way we answer affirmative yes/no questions. So there's no difference between a normal question and a negative question. If the information is correct, we say yes, and if the information is wrong, we say no. Aren't you a reporter? Yes, I am. I'm a reporter for news. You're a reporter, aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm a reporter for news. So we answer in the same way as if it was a normal question. Are you a reporter? Yes, I am. So the answer doesn't really change. It's only the question that shows some sort of implicit message as well. Okay. So is that okay so far?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see what practice we have for negative questions. Okay, so it says we ask questions in the positive form when we're not sure of the answer. Do you speak English? But we ask questions in the negative form when we are almost sure of the answer. Don't you speak Spanish? Aren't you tired? Yes, I am. I didn't get much sleep last night. Don't you miss your family? Yes, I do. They live in Mexico. So what we're going to do now is we're going to convert or turn these questions into its negative form. The first one says, does your sister speak a little English? Doesn't your sister speak a little English? What about the second? How would you convert it into a negative question?
Didn't you make dinner last night?
Exactly. Didn't you make dinner? What about the next?
Don't you live with family?
Exactly. Don't you live with your family? The next?
Won't you take a shower tomorrow?
Okay, perfect. When you take a shower tomorrow. What about the next?
Can't you try?
Can't you drive? What about the next?
Have not you been to your country recently?
Yes, but we said that we preferably use the contracted form.
Okay. Haven't you been to your country recently?
Haven't you been to your country recently? What about the next?
Don't your kids like cookies?
And the next?
Wouldn't you like to win the lottery?
Okay, what about the next one?
Weren't you more friends as a child?
As a child. And the next?
Couldn't you run faster when you were younger?
Couldn't you run faster when you were younger? Okay, perfect. So yes, those are correct. Okay, nice. Let's see what we have in our book as well. Okay. All right, but before we do that, let's continue with the story. It says, what do you think about this? What do you think Talia and Nick will do next?
Maybe they will investigate Judine and her sister. Maybe Talia will. She seems like more interested about the commercial. Yeah.
Exactly. She seems to be more interested about the commercial. And maybe they will investigate Dean and his sister. What do you think the information about the commercial is important?
Maybe the next step for the sister will maybe other, I don't know, say trampa?
Traps?
Yes.
Or traps?
Maybe other trump for a Dean.
Okay, maybe she will try to fool or trick Dean again. Right? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this game. I don't know how, because it's, I think, for in pairs. What we're going to do is we're going to be forming negative yes, no questions or tag questions. Let's see how much you remember of tag questions, depending on what we have here. Okay. And I'm going to answer the questions. So you can use whatever verb you want. We have just a few options here, but I don't think you have to use those options. You can use whatever verb form that you want. So for example, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say in the first, it says enjoy going to the park, and we need to form a tag. So maybe I can say, you enjoy going to the park, don't you? Right? So that's a tag question. And I can answer. I can say, yeah, I actually enjoy going to the park. It's a nice activity. I went last night, for example. Okay, so we're going to be answering and asking questions. Okay, and we're going to take turns. So that means that you ask a question and then you answer another question. All right. So I already asked the first, and you can answer. So you enjoy going to the park, don't you?
I do. I like going to the park. Maybe with my family. Yeah.
Okay, nice. When was the last time that you went to a park?
3 weeks ago. Yeah, when my parents and my little brother went to visit me.
Okay, nice. What about the next?
Maybe. Don't you believe Nick is innocent?
Okay. So honestly, yes, I think he's innocent. He seems innocent and he seems determined to know the truth. So I guess we'll find out. We need a tag. So you will work in another country someday, won't you?
I will, yeah. Because I am starting international business, so I think it's like a part of my future life.
Okay. Do you have any place in mind that you would like to go to work?
Maybe Europe, like France. Oh yeah, France is my favorite place for going on.
To France before?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been to France before?
No, but my mom lived here, yeah, for 2, 3, 2 years, I guess. So she tells me always how is friends.
Okay. She always tells you how France is.
Often, yeah.
Okay, nice. Does she speak French?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, nice. Good. Okay, so maybe France. All right, what about the next?
Do you shake hands when you meet someone, don't you?
Okay, you shake hands, right?
Yeah.
You shake hands when you meet someone, don't you? So yes, normally I do shake hands when I meet somebody. You know, they say that it's important to shake hands with someone firmly. I think, I don't know, I think my mom told me that once. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a good way to meet somebody, to greet someone where you're meeting them? Do you like to shake hands? Do you, or maybe because somebody, or like some people prefer to kiss on the cheek, right? Or some people prefer not to do anything. What do you think about that?
I think shake hands is like a formal way to say hi somebody. Maybe when you meet your coworkers or your boss, or yeah.
Okay, so shaking hands is a more formal way. Yes, exactly. It is more formal. Okay. So in the next one, it's my turn. Negative. It's maybe, haven't you used a video camera before?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I like to make like a mini blogs. So yeah, I like to
Okay. So you mean with pictures or recordings?
both. Yeah, picture and recordings. Maybe like a short videos of my daily routine or something like this. And obviously it's like combination videos and photos.
Okay, nice. And do you ever upload them to social media or is it just for fun?
Yeah, actually I uploaded TikTok. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay. What about the next?
You take a vacation last year, isn't you?
Okay, think about it again. Last year?
Oh, didn't you?
Yes. But how would the sentence be then?
You take it a vacation last year?
You took a vacation.
Yeah, you took a vacation last year, didn't you?
Right? So, not really, I don't think so. I took a vacation this year, beginning of this year, but I don't think I took any vacations last year. What about you? Did you take a vacation recently?
Vacation like a travel to other country, no. But obviously, every vacation I went to visit my family, and I go back in my city.
Okay, right? So yes, every vacation you have, you go back to your city. Okay. So what about the next? It says, don't you understand the rules of soccer?
I actually I can understand some rules, but not all rules. But yeah, some rules.
Okay. What rules do you know of soccer?
Maybe I don't know how to say when the players have to tiro de esquina.
Okay. I don't know how it does tiro la esquina. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe we can search it. Get up. No, I don't know. I think it's just corner, no?
Yeah, maybe just corner.
Creo que
Yeah.
solo es screenshot. Solamente corner. Okay. Get the corner. Okay. Any other rules that you know?
Maybe when some I don't know how to say goal.
Goal.
So
Goal, you mean?
yeah,
Goal is just goal, right?
okay. When the goal can't be like valid because the other player is what so I know how to say adelantado.
Oh, yes. I don't know how to say that yet, but yes, I know that rule. I think it's adelantado. Let's see. It has to do with the position, right? Maybe we can say, I don't know how to look it up. Okay. Forward, but I don't know. Offside. Fuera de juego, ¿no? Es offside. And offside,
It's like,
or is it not the same?
yeah, outside. Offside. Oh,
Offside. Yes.
oh, okay.
Right, right. But yes, I honestly never understood that rule. I remember watching some, because I remember watching some games where the players would score a goal, and then everybody was like, "Wow, but it wasn't goal; it was offside." But I didn't really understand why. To be honest, I just
It's like,
remember that it wasn't a valid.
yeah, it's like the last pass have to both teams, or like two players of the both teams are the same line, the last pass before the goal. So if the, I don't know, if the team like have the goal, no valid that the last pass don't have the other team player.
Okay, to be honest, I'm a little lost. I didn't understand that very much.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's a little difficult to understand. I don't know how you can remember that. Okay, but I am probably going to watch a video about that because I think I need to visualize it to see.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, nice. So rules of soccer. And what about the next? We need a tag question, number 8.
You are in a class at school last semester. No, you was in a class. You were in a class at school last semester, weren't you?
Exactly, but we need a negative in the sentence, right? Because it says not be.
Yeah. You weren't in a class at school last semester. Were you?
Exactly. You were in a class at the school last semester where we have negative and we have affirmative in it. Okay. The next would be, haven't you been to a juice bar before?
Juice bar like healthy juice maybe, or juice bar like an alcohol bar.
No, a juice bar is just like a coffee shop.
Okay. Yeah, I went to a juice bar. Maybe I like so much the healthy juice, like a green juice. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like.
Like when they use vegetables for the juices. Isn't What's your favorite juice?
The combination of lemon, and also pepino,
Cucumber?
cucumber, yeah. What is this? Apple, yeah. Espinaca,
Spinach?
yeah, and menta.
Mint.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That sounds a little bit strange, like a strange combination. But yes, I've heard people say that those juices actually taste really good. I need to try. I'm going to try it. Is it green apple?
Yeah, green apple, because the acid I think is my favorite most for this juice.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna try it. Probably. Do you prepare them yourself? Like, do you have them in somewhere else?
I make it almost every day, maybe because it's like my daily routine, and it's like my diet. it's a rest for the doctor. So I
Really?
I like and I have to do this.
Okay, nice. So you kind of have to have those juices.
Yeah.
Okay. The good thing that you like them, because if you didn't and you had to take them, it would be
Yeah. It's a good point.
okay, Adri. You stayed up late last night, didn't you?
Mm, last night. I have to answer. Yeah.
You did stay up late last night?
No, because yesterday afternoon I went to the gym. So when I arrived to my house, I was so tired. So I sleep like 9. Yeah, 9 p.m. I guess.
Okay, so yes, not late. Don't you have like the tendency of staying up a little bit more on your phone before going to bed?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Don't you ever stay a little bit late on your phone after going to the gym? Or do you really get home very tired and go right to sleep?
I think it depends what part of my body I work in. Because if I work in like leg day, I was so tired after. But if I work in arms, I can maybe do other things after the gym.
Okay. So yes, like they usually, I think is for many people the worst day.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to stop here, and I will assign you, well, I will reassign you the homework that is pending. And well, I don't think I can assign you homework for this book yet, right? Because you don't have access to it.
Yeah, I think I will have the access tomorrow morning, I guess.
Okay. So I'll assign it either way, because I think that once you join, you can still see the assignment. But if it's not there, once you have the book, then send me a text and I'll reassign.
Okay. Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Emily, do you have any questions before we go?
No, teacher, everything's correct.
Okay, so please don't forget today's daily survey before you go. And I will be seeing you tomorrow in class.
Okay, teacher. The class was fun. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
That's fun. Bye bye. See ya.